There comes a moment in your life when the noise becomes too loud to ignore. Not the noise of traffic, not the noise of notifications, not the noise of people talking. I'm talking about the invisible noise, the noise in your mind, the noise in your schedule, the noise in your priorities, the noise in your sense of direction, the noise that keeps you busy but never fulfilled, the noise that makes you tired but never progresses you, the noise that fills your hours but empties your purpose. And deep inside, you can feel it. Your life is crowded, your attention is fractured, your peace is diluted, your focus is scattered. You are living in a storm of things that don't matter, and losing sight of the few things that do. But today, that storm ends. Welcome to this audiobook. Focus on what really matters, how to cut out the noise. In this journey, you will understand something powerful. Not all tasks matter, not all priorities matter, not all relationships matter, not all goals matter, not all thoughts matter. And the moment you understand what truly deserves your attention, you unlock the life you were always meant to live. Because here is the punchline that defines our entire journey. Your life becomes extraordinary the moment you stop giving energy to the ordinary. If this line already hits you, remember it later. Write it down, save it, or like the video when you listen, as a small contract with yourself to stop letting your time be stolen by things that do not deserve it. Let's begin. Dear friend, you are definitely on the right track if you are watching this video. Like, subscribe, and write in the comments which topic or problem concerns you the most. We promise to prepare a professional video explanation at your request. Chapter 1. The modern crisis no one sees, attention theft. We live in the loudest era of human history. Every second someone wants your focus. A message, a headline, a notification, a trending topic, a piece of drama, a request, a distraction dressed as responsibility. And because of this constant pull, most people no longer use their attention. Their attention uses them. But here's the truth. You cannot live a meaningful life while your attention is being stolen. You cannot grow. You cannot deepen relationships. You cannot build discipline. You cannot think clearly. You cannot move with purpose, because purpose requires intentional focus. And intentional focus requires saying no to almost everything. People think the opposite of focus is distraction. It isn't. The opposite of focus is noise. Noise is anything that pulls you away from who you're becoming. Noise is anything that drains energy without giving clarity. Noise is anything that feels urgent but is ultimately meaningless. Noise is the invisible force that kills potential quietly, and most people don't even notice it happening. The truth most people never realize. Your life is shaped not by the things you say yes to, but by the things you finally refuse to give your attention to. Attention is your most powerful currency. You spend it every day, and whatever you spend it on grows. Waste it, and your life becomes cluttered. Invest it, and your life becomes extraordinary. This audiobook will teach you where to invest it. But before we can build a life of focus, we need to understand something deeper. Why your brain is addicted to noise in the first place. Because you cannot rise above something you don't understand. So let's dive into the psychology of distraction. Chapter 2. The brain that loves distraction and why it fears focus. Your brain is ancient. It was designed for survival, not success. It craves stimulation, novelty, quick rewards, and emotional spikes. This is why. You check your phone even when nothing's happening. You jump between tasks without finishing them. You say yes when you mean no. You scroll when you're tired. You procrastinate things that matter. You feel busy but unproductive. You chase noise instead of depth. Your brain isn't broken. It's simply untrained. Focus is not natural. Focus is a discipline, a muscle, a skill, and noise is the shortcut. The mental junk food your brain never gets tired of. Let me explain the 3 psychological traps that keep people drowning in noise. 1. The dopamine loop. Every notification, message, or new distraction gives your brain a tiny hit of dopamine. Not enough to fulfill you, just enough to keep you coming back. This creates an endless loop. Check, dopamine, scroll, dopamine, switch tasks, dopamine, avoid something hard. Dopamine. You're not addicted to your phone. You're addicted to avoiding discomfort. Noise feels good because noise is easy. Focus feels hard because focus requires effort. But the people who build powerful lives are the ones who break the dopamine loop. 2. The comfort illusion. Noise gives you the illusion of progress. You answer messages. You respond to everyone. You keep up with the world. You stay busy. It feels productive, but busyness is the disguise of the unfocused. The brain loves noise because noise hides the truth, that you're avoiding the things that would actually change your life. 3. The fear of depth. Here's something surprising. Most people don't fear failure. They fear quiet. Because quiet forces you to face your real goals, your real desires, your unrealized potential, your internal chaos, your lack of discipline, your hidden dissatisfaction. Noise protects you from introspection. It shields you from the truth that you're capable of so much more than the life you're settling for. But here's the twist. What you avoid facing holds the exact key to who you're meant to become. And the moment you choose depth over noise, your life begins to transform. The shift begins now. You now understand why your brain craves noise, why focus feels difficult, why your attention slips, why your days feel cluttered. But knowledge is just the beginning. Transformation requires a shift in how you view your time, your priorities, and your purpose. In the next chapter, we begin building that shift. And the first step is learning the art of subtraction, removing everything that steals your life one small slice at a time. Because the fastest way to focus is not to add more discipline. It's to remove the things that never mattered in the first place. Chapter 3. The Art of Subtraction. Cutting out what no longer serves you. Everyone talks about adding more to life, more habits, more goals, more routines, more productivity systems, more commitments, more responsibilities, more hustle. But the real breakthrough happens not when you add, but when you subtract. You cannot focus on what matters when your life is overflowing with what doesn't. Read that again, because most people spend their entire lives collecting tasks, expectations, information, and obligations that have nothing to do with who they want to become. They pile on more and wonder why they can't breathe. They chase everything and wonder why they move nowhere. They say yes to everyone and wonder why they lose themselves. Subtraction is not about being cold. Subtraction is not selfish. Subtraction is not avoidance. Subtraction is clarity. Subtraction is freedom. Subtraction is the moment you say, I choose what enters my life. I choose what I give my time to. I choose what receives my attention. Because once you remove the noise, you finally see the path. Let's explore the 3 forms of noise you must subtract first. 1. Mental noise. The thoughts that drain. Mental noise is the endless chatter in your mind. Worrying about things you can't control. Replaying conversations from years ago. Imagining worst-case scenarios. Questioning your worth, holding on to guilt or embarrassment, comparing yourself to others, doubting your progress. This is the heaviest noise of all. Mental clutter steals your focus before the world even has a chance to distract you. To clear mental noise, you must ask, is this thought helping me or hurting me? Because the brain is not your enemy, but it is not your leader either. You must lead it. A focused life begins with focused thinking. 2. Digital noise. The invisible thief of your attention. Your devices are not toxic. Your apps are not the problem. Technology is not the enemy. The enemy is overconsumption without intention. You know the cycle. You check your phone for one thing, and 25 minutes disappear. You open one app, and your entire mood shifts. You watch one video, and suddenly you've forgotten your priorities. In this age, the average person touches their phone over 2,600 times per day. Not because they need to, but because they're trained to. Digital noise is engineered. It is subtle. It is addictive. It is designed to keep you from yourself. To subtract digital noise, try this. Turn off non-essential notifications. Keep your phone on silent during deep work. Replace scrolling with intentional breaks. Keep apps off your home screen. Put the device in another room during important tasks. These small changes rewrite your mind and reclaim your focus. 3. Emotional noise, people, patterns, and pressures that distract you. This is the noise most people avoid confronting. Emotional noise includes relationships that drain instead of support, conversations that repeat without growth, people who take but never reciprocate, commitments rooted in guilt, expectations that suffocate, environments that keep you stagnant. This is the hardest noise to subtract because it involves others. And you don't want to disappoint. But here is a truth you must embrace. If you don't protect your energy, life will drain it without asking permission. You cannot stay loyal to things that make you lose yourself. Focus requires boundaries. Boundaries require courage. Courage requires clarity. And clarity comes from subtraction. The law of focus. Space before speed. Everyone wants speed. No one wants space. But you cannot move quickly when your life is cluttered. You need space. Space to think. Space to breathe. Space to create. Space to feel. Space to choose intentionally. Space to decide your direction. When you subtract noise, you create space. And when you create space, your direction becomes clear. This chapter was about clearing the fog. Now let's talk about building the foundation. Once you remove what doesn't matter, how do you identify what does? That's the purpose of Chapter 4. Chapter 4. The few things that actually matter. Finding your true priorities. Most people cannot tell you what truly matters to them. They can list goals, but not priorities. They can repeat desires, but not values. They can talk endlessly, but they cannot define the core essentials that give their life meaning. Here is the simple definition. What matters is what creates long-term peace, purpose, or progress. Everything else is noise. Let's break down the 4 pillars that actually deserve your focus. 1. Your health, the foundation of all focus. If your body is exhausted, your mind is clouded. If your mind is overwhelmed, your choices weaken. If your energy is low, your motivation disappears. Nothing matters if your health collapses. Focus is not just mental, it is physical. A clear mind lives in a cared-for body. 2. Your relationships, the people who shape your heart. Not every relationship matters. Only the ones that support your growth, encourage your potential, respect your boundaries, bring calm instead of chaos, add meaning instead of noise. Your energy rises or falls based on the people you allow near your heart. This is not about choosing perfect people. It's about choosing aligned people. When you focus on relationships that nourish you, your entire life elevates. 3. Your purpose, the direction. Your life is moving toward purpose is not mystical. Purpose is the direction that feels meaningful. It is the work that lights you, the impact that moves you, the craft you want to master, the skills you want to build, the life you want to grow into. Purpose is not about certainty, it is about alignment. When you pursue things that make you feel alive, you naturally eliminate things that drain you. 4. Your inner peace, the silent marker of a life well lived. You cannot buy peace. You cannot fake peace. You cannot chase peace externally. Peace is a result. The result of alignment, the result of clarity, the result of focus. Inner peace is the signal that you are living your life, not someone else's. If something steals your peace, it is stealing your life. What matters most is always simple, but rarely easy to commit to. That's why the next chapter is critical. Now that you know what matters, you must learn how to protect it from the endless noise of the world. Because clarity without protection leads back to chaos. In the next part, you will learn the art of disciplined focus. How to guard your priorities as if your future depends on them. Because it does. Chapter 5. The discipline of single-task focus. Friend, write your opinion on this topic in the comments. Do you agree with us or not? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Once you know what matters, once you've cleared the noise, once you've identified your true priorities, there comes the most difficult step, staying focused on what matters when the world pulls you in every direction. It is easy to know your priorities. It is harder to protect them, and hardest of all, to commit your energy to one thing at a time. But the truth is simple. You cannot build a powerful life while living in fragments. The modern world glorifies multitasking, but multitasking destroys depth. It fractures your attention. It weakens your presence. It lowers the quality of everything you touch. Single-task focus is the discipline that separates the overwhelmed from the unstoppable. Let's explore how to build it. 1. Focus has a physical feel. Focus is not abstract. You can feel it in your body. When you are deeply focused, your breath slows, your shoulders relax, your mind opens, time moves differently, distractions lose power, clarity sharpens. Your entire being enters a state of alignment. This is the state of mastery. This is the state where meaningful work happens. This is the state high performers crave, but you must create the environment that allows it to exist. 2. Eliminate the first layer of distraction. Before you start anything meaningful, remove the predictable distractions. Silence your phone, close irrelevant browser tabs, turn off notifications, clear your physical space, set a timer, tell people you're unavailable. You cannot expect your mind to focus while your environment encourages chaos. The first layer of distraction is always physical. Remove it, and your brain has less resistance. 3. Begin with the one-sentence method. This technique changes everything. Before you start a task, say one sentence. The only thing I am focusing on right now is e. Fill in the blank, say it out loud, or write it down, or whisper it internally. This creates a psychological lock-in effect. Your brain recognizes the instruction. Your attention narrows. Your intention solidifies. What was scattered becomes centered. 4. Give your task a container. Your mind focuses better when the task has boundaries. Set a time container. I will work on this for 25 minutes. I will commit to this for the next hour. I will finish this section before I stand up. Time limits create urgency without anxiety. Your brain likes containers. They give direction, shape, and clarity. Without containers, a task expands endlessly. With containers, it becomes achievable. 5. Protect your mental doorway. Distractions often begin subtly. I'll check one message. I'll quickly reply to this. I'll take a 2-minute break. But 2 minutes become 20. One message becomes 10. A tiny break becomes lost momentum. You must guard the doorway to your attention. Every time you feel the urge to switch tasks, pause and ask, is this aligned with what matters right now? If not, do not open the door. Focus is not lost in big moments. It is lost in small decisions. 6. Sustain focus. With rhythmic breaks. Focus is not infinite. It comes in waves. Smart focus is not about pushing endlessly. It is about working in cycles. Focus deeply, rest briefly, return with clarity. Breaks reset the brain. They refresh your attention. They keep your discipline alive. When your focus rhythm is strong, your life gains momentum. 7. Reward completion, not effort. The brain loves reward, but most people reward effort, not achievement. Nice, I worked for 3 hours. But did you finish anything? Completion creates satisfaction. Completion creates confidence. Completion reinforces focus. When you reward completion, your brain becomes addicted to finishing what you start. This is how you build a focused life. Piece by piece, task by task, completion by completion. You now understand the mechanics of focus, but there's another force that determines whether your focus survives or collapses: your emotional state. Because even with systems, even with discipline, even with intention, if your emotions are chaotic, your focus crumbles. Let's explore that next. Chapter 6. Emotional Minimalism: How to Protect Your Focus from Inner Chaos. Most people think distraction is external, but the most powerful distractions are internal. Your thoughts, your emotions, your fears, your insecurities, your self-judgment, your doubts, your unresolved tension. If your inner world is cluttered, your focus becomes fragile. This chapter teaches you how to build emotional minimalism, a state where your emotions don't overwhelm your attention. Let's break down the key principles. 1. Calm is a productivity tool. People underestimate the power of calm. Calm is not passive. Calm is not slow. Calm is not weak. Calm is control. When you are calm, you think clearly, you act intentionally, you make fewer mistakes, you stay grounded under pressure, you don't react impulsively, you stay aligned with what matters. Calm is your focus shield. 2. Name the feeling, don't fight it. When you feel anxious, frustrated, or overwhelmed, your first instinct is to suppress it. But suppressing emotion is like holding a beach ball under water. It always pops back up, stronger and more disruptive. Smart focus requires awareness, not avoidance. Say, I'm anxious, I'm overwhelmed, I'm distracted, I'm frustrated. Naming the feeling reduces its intensity. It gives you the power to redirect your mind instead of being consumed by it. 3. Build space between feeling and action. Your emotions are automatic. Your reactions don't have to be. A 3-second pause can save you from losing an hour to distraction. Before you act, ask, does this action serve what matters or sabotage it? This tiny question turns emotional chaos into emotional intelligence. 4. Don't attach identity to emotion. You feel unmotivated. That doesn't mean you are unmotivated. You feel tired. That doesn't mean you are failing. You feel overwhelmed. That doesn't mean you can't do hard things. Emotions describe your current experience, not your permanent identity. Detach identity from emotion, and your attention becomes free. 5. Create an emotional reset ritual. When your thoughts spiral, you must reset quickly or the entire day gets hijacked. Choose a ritual. 1 deep breath, 1 minute of stillness, 1 step outside, 1 glass of water, 1 page of reflection. Simple resets restore your inner alignment. Then, your focus returns. 6. Let go of the illusion of constant motivation. You will not always feel inspired. You will not always feel clear. You will not always feel driven, and that's okay. Focus is not built on motivation. It is built on commitment. Motivation is a spark. Commitment is a flame. Motivation fades. Commitment endures. Emotionally minimalistic people don't wait for the perfect feeling. They act through the moment, not because of the moment. 7. Protect your peace. Like it's oxygen. Whatever steals your peace steals your focus. Whatever steals your focus steals your life. Your peace is your foundation, your stability, your clarity. When peace is present, focus flows naturally. When peace is gone, your focus becomes scattered and fragile. Peace is not a luxury. Peace is a requirement for a meaningful life. You've now unlocked emotional focus and learned how to protect your inner clarity. But we're not done. Now we dive into one of the biggest challenges in modern life. How to stop giving your time to things that don't deserve it. That's where we go next. Chapter 7. Stop giving your time to what doesn't deserve it. You have limited time. You have limited attention. You have limited energy. But the world behaves as if your time is infinite, as if your attention is disposable, as if your energy is renewable, on command. It isn't. And until you understand this, you will keep giving your time to things, people, and situations that do not earn it. The enemy of focus is not distraction. The enemy of focus is misplaced importance. Most people don't lose their focus because they are weak. They lose it because they are generous in the wrong places. Let's explore how to reclaim your time from what never deserved it. 1. Stop giving time to people who drain you. Your time is a gift. Your energy is a gift. Your presence is a gift. And gifts should not be handed to everyone. There are people in your life who take without giving, complain without changing, demand without appreciating, interrupt without thinking. Use your kindness as convenience. See your availability as obligation. These people are emotional noise. You don't need to hate them. You just need to protect yourself from them. A powerful question to ask is, would I choose this relationship if I met this person today? If the answer is no, then you are maintaining a connection out of history, guilt, or fear, not alignment. And nothing steals focus faster than unaligned relationships. 2. Stop giving time to tasks that pretend to be important. Some tasks scream for attention but contribute nothing to your life. These tasks have one thing in common. They feel urgent but change nothing. This includes excessive errands, endless inbox clearing, unnecessary meetings, low-impact tasks, busy work disguised as productivity. Your brain tells you, I'm being productive. Reality says, you're avoiding what matters. Smart people don't do more. They do what matters. Everything else gets minimized. 3. Stop giving time to opinions that don't matter. You lose focus because you care too deeply about what others think. Ask yourself, whose opinion truly matters? Whose voice actually guides your values? Who has earned the right to influence your life? Most of the noise in your mind comes from people who do not walk in your shoes, do not carry your burdens, do not understand your purpose, and do not share your vision. Why give their opinions your peace? You need fewer critics and stronger boundaries, fewer opinions and deeper self-knowing. Your life becomes clearer when your criteria for influence becomes stricter. 4. Stop giving time to problems you cannot fix. Some problems are not yours to solve. Some battles are not yours to fight. Some situations are not yours to carry. But because you are caring, empathetic, responsible, you try to fix everything. And in doing so, you sacrifice your peace to protect chaos that isn't even yours. You cannot focus while carrying burdens that were never meant for your shoulders. Let go of what is not yours. Return your energy to what matters. 5. Stop giving time to future worries. Worry is the most unproductive use of imagination. You replay scenarios that haven't happened. You plan for outcomes that might never occur. You lose today by trying to control tomorrow. Worry feels like preparation, but it is just mental noise. Smart focus requires presence. Presence requires trust. Worry steals both. 6. Stop giving time to guilt. Guilt is emotional gravity. It pulls you backward, keeps you stuck, exhausts your mind. But guilt rarely tells the truth. You are not guilty for choosing yourself, resting, protecting your peace, saying no, setting boundaries, wanting better, outgrowing old versions of your life. You cannot focus on the future while chained to guilt from the past. Release guilt, and you reclaim your clarity. 7. Stop giving time to distractions disguised as opportunities. Not everything exciting is meaningful. Not everything interesting is aligned. Not everything available is right for you. Your growth requires discernment. Ask, Does this opportunity move me closer to who I want to become, or distract me from it? If it distracts, it is not an opportunity. It is a detour. Your future deserves better than detours. You've now learned the art of saying no. In the next chapter, we learn the art of saying yes. Yes to the life you want. Yes to the goals that matter. Yes to deeper relationships. Yes to meaning. Yes to a life lived with intentional focus. This is where your life begins to elevate. Chapter 8. Build a life that pulls you forward, not one you must chase. There are two kinds of lives: a life you chase and a life that pulls you. A life you chase is exhausting. You push yourself constantly. You feel behind. You feel pressured. Motivation comes and goes. Progress feels inconsistent. This is what happens when your life is built on noise. But a life that pulls you is completely different. A life that pulls you is built on alignment. Your goals feel meaningful. Your direction feels intentional. Your habits support your identity. Your relationships energize you. Your days feel purposeful. Your mind feels calm. You don't wake up wondering what to do. You wake up knowing. Your focus becomes natural. Your momentum becomes automatic. Your discipline becomes effortless. Let's break down how to build a life that pulls you forward. 1. Align your habits with your identity. Discipline becomes natural when your habits match who you want to be. Ask, what would a focused person do daily? Then do that. Identity drives consistency. Consistency builds focus. Focus builds the life you want. 2. Build routines around what matters most. Your routines should not be random. They should be rooted in your priorities. If health matters, your routine should reflect it. If peace matters, your environment should reflect it. If purpose matters, your calendar should reflect it. Your routines are your declaration of what truly matters. 3. Create meaningful milestones. Goals can feel distant. Milestones give you momentum. Break big goals into steps, clear, small, achievable. Every milestone becomes a win. Every win strengthens your focus. Every focus strengthens your identity. Momentum is not magic. It is built. 4. Surround yourself with people who value focus. Your circle shapes your standards. People who live in noise normalize chaos. People who live with intention normalize clarity. Choose people who respect your time, support your growth, move with purpose, speak with intention, live with discipline, inspire your peace. Your focus thrives when your environment supports it. 5. Make space for reflection. A focused life is a self-aware life. Weekly reflection resets your direction. What mattered this week? What didn't? What drained me? What energized me? What should I do differently? Reflection is recalibration. Recalibration is focus. 6. Give your life a North Star. A North Star is a vision that brings clarity to everything else. It's not a goal, it's a direction. It answers the question, what kind of life am I building? Once you know your North Star, decision-making becomes easy. If it aligns, you move forward. If it distracts, you walk away. Your North Star is your compass. Your compass protects your focus. If this audiobook resonated with you, hit like, not for me, but as a promise to yourself to protect what matters most. Share the line that hit you hardest in the comments, and let others feel the clarity you found. And if you want more audiobooks like this, subscribe. Not for entertainment, but to stay connected to the strongest, clearest version of yourself. Now go. Protect your focus. Live intentionally, and build the life that was always meant for you. If you'd like to begin a new audiobook, just tell me the theme and we'll start again.